what I love about being an actor and being a writer, within the creative process itself, I love them equally. They're exactly the same collaborative, exciting, thrilling experience. I think that no matter which avenue I'm pursuing, I find that consistently, every single time I lean towards this is what people want, it fails. And every time I lean towards this is who I am, it works. And I think that's true as a writer and that's true as an actor. That to lean into this is my voice and this is my style and this story matters to me, versus I'm pretty sure this is what they want, or I think this is, you know what I need to write? I need to write this because this is what the industry is demanding, versus this is what matters to me and therefore the industry will want it.
And what of those actors who are like, I just don't like writing, I just don't want to write?
I think that's crazy because I think, I do. I think it's crazy because that's what you're doing as an actor, is you're telling a story. So there's really no difference between telling a story with your body and your voice and telling a story by typing it. I don't see the difference for me. It's a different, perhaps, training of learning tricks and tools of the trade and kind of a toolbox of resources that are maybe a little bit different, but the storytelling in and of itself is what we love. I think the further you get along in the creative process and you start producing and you start doing all this kind of stuff, the more that you realize how late in the game actors come in and how much of this extraordinarily collaborative, creative process they miss out on. And it's awesome. And as soon as that world started opening up to me, it was like, oh, I don't just get to tell a story if I'm lucky enough for somebody to give me an audition and then I'm lucky enough to get that part. I get to tell a story from the beginning. I get to work with development execs. I get to then work with production staff, and I get to bring in actors, and I get to and to watch this whole thing come together. And be a part of that entire collaborative process and be a part of this kind of larger story that you're telling rather than my own little story. I think that is what it's about. And I think we have stories that we want to tell and that need to be told, and to wait for somebody to give you permission to tell theirs seems silly to me. And I think I've just always lived in that space, that there's something magical that happens, that you can come up with something and put it on a page and give it a beginning, middle, and end. And theoretically, if you get good enough at it, people pay you, and then they make it, and then people watch it. And that's crazy to me. That's what a wonderful, wonderful job. I love teaching because I learn. And when I started doing it, I said I'm going to stop doing it if I ever feel like I am not learning, or if I feel that I am not bringing my active professional experience as it's happening into this room, because I feel like that is the gift that I wanted to give back. When I kind of started both as an actor and as a writer, I had really pretty much nobody that I knew, nobody that was helping me. I think this industry tends to kind of put up a lot of walls, and I felt like that was very important, that I didn't understand, why can't I explain to a group of writers how to break an episode? Why can't we do that? Why does it have to be this secret thing that you only find out when you get hired and then you don't know what you're doing? Why can't we break these things down in as simple of ways as possible and have it explained to them in clear, tangible ways that make sense to them as actors? And the gift that actors have to tell stories can be translated so easily. And I get really inspired when I see a lot of students in my class and the work that comes out of there, and how it's opening them up as artists and how it's opening them up to kind of broader thinking. That kind of fuels it every day too.